APES scholars, here's my speed run through the answers for set 2 of the release FRQs from the 2023 exam. For question 1, part A, I went with 8.5 plant species. I think we're going to see a range, though, of around 8 to 9 plant species. In letter B, as the age of the pile increases, the average number of plant species found there increases. For letter C, I would support the claim because a wider variety of plant species is going to lead to a wider variety of habitat and food resources, therefore likely supporting a higher variety of animal species. We get down to letter D. These are going to be pioneer species that are going to need to be able to tolerate full sunlight, maybe hotter soil due to the lack of shade. For question E, recovery is going to be slower in the tundra because we're going to have less precipitation and water is needed for photosynthesis, so a slower rate of plant growth. We get down to letter F. I think the scientific question is something like, will adding wheatgrass or small chips to a plot of soil be more effective at reducing the amount of water that runs off it? We look at G, dependent variable is the amount of water collected in milliliters. You can probably get away with water appearance or clarity or turbidity or something along those lines since they did measure that too. We get down to letter H. If we have more sand, that's going to be more permeable soil, so more infiltration and less runoff, so I'd expect less water collected. We get down to I, and we're going to have things like acid mine drainage, maybe some heavy metal contamination or sediment pollution in waterways. And if we want to reduce that, we could look at mine reclamation, so filling in the mine shaft, restoring the land to contour, and probably replanting some vegetation. For question 2A here, we have Lake Erie or any of the 3 labeled rivers on the map. In terms of the range is dramatically increasing, or the distribution is dramatically increasing, especially northward. Maybe you want to throw in there via the Mississippi River. We look at letter C, and the Asian carp could be disrupting a provisioning ecosystem service of taking commercial fish from the Great Lakes by outcompeting them, or a cultural service of sport fishing by, again, decreasing the population of native fishes. We look at letter D, propose a realistic solution. We have things like physical barriers, traps to catch them. There's even electrocution and poison that can be used. In letter E, it's a little bit tricky, but if you use a physical barrier or a trap, you maybe limit the effect of those poisons or that electrocution on non-target species. F, we have zooplankton. G, we have the transfer of energy between trophic levels. Down to H, we're going to have less energy available at each trophic level above because those algae are the base of the food web. We have part I, probably tragedy commons because Great Lakes are a shared resource. Nobody owns those blue pike populations, so people overuse it in their own self-interest. And a problem with aquaculture could be the density. Diseases could spread, especially to wild populations nearby. 3, part A, methane acts as a greenhouse gas, contributes to climate change. Letter B, heat and moisture can speed up the rate of decomposition. Too much plastic, styrofoam could slow it down. Part C, propose a solution, collect it with a methane collection system. Part D, burn it to create electricity. I'm going to run out of time on the math, so I'm just going to put it on the screen here in the text. I hope you guys did well. Think like mountains, write like scholars, and enjoy not having to study for APES now.